What is going on, my weirdos and randos? Welcome to the Gauche here on the Lunch Rush. So we're going to kick things off today with a couple of announcements. Some of you may have heard last night we actually crossed a threshold, y'all. I gotta play this. This is fantastic. Here we go.
Excellent!
100 subscribers. We nailed it. One milestone. Excellent. So our next milestone goal is going to be 1,000 subscribers. We hope to get there soon, grow this community. So, we want you to be included, all of you included. Thank you for your support, guys, ladies, everybody. My wonderful wife dropped a couple links there if you want to support the community further. We have our link tree as well as our Cash App, which actually helps towards our equipment upgrades and things to make this actually keep going forward. We are in the process of upgrading our system so we can make this happen for you guys. So that's what it is. What I'd like to do is introduce y'all to somebody that I admire deeply. And there she is. My Wonder Wife, Gina. Welcome to the Lunch Rush. How you doing, honey?
Hey, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world.
Indeed. All right, everybody, welcome. We're going to start this show, get it kicked off right after this. All right, everybody, welcome all once again to the Gauche. We're not awkward or nothing. We're just awesomely awkward. It's all good and fun. So today we're gonna kind of kick things off with a little bit of a discussion topic about series, TV shows, shows that you like that are coming out, reboots, and like or otherwise. Kind of curious to see what you guys think might be a good TV series, reboots that are good, and reboots that should just not have had happened. We'll be talking about all of that today. We're going to post the link because we're going to invite you guys to come on in to have a discussion, talk about it, have a little fun, and then warm things up here for Temp because he'll be coming up here in a little bit. So we'll be the opening act, if you want to call it that, for our awesome friend and brother Temp. So
Temp can go ahead and share his link too.
Yeah, go and post that link in the chat. Let's get some people on here and see how y'all doing, y'all. How many times can I say that? Anyways, I'm taking a look at the chat, seeing all you wonderful people. Give me some hearts out there. If this is your first time, maybe give me a 1 just to check the temperature of the water out there. Give me a 2 if you are just waking up. I'm still waking up, so 2 for me.
Coffee's not kicking in yet.
It takes a minute. But the energy's there. The hamster wheel's just starting to get moving, Takes a minute for that endurance to start going. But links out there, y'all. So let me go ahead and actually pin that link. Did I?
I'm trying to get.
Dooby-dooby-doo. Weird music coming out of my mouth. Did you find the link for him, honey?
Yeah.
All right. If not, I can get it.
It should be in there.
All right, so yeah, I'm not seeing it pop in here, so I'll go ahead and repop it one more time.
See the Zoom chat. I would post again.
I'm gonna pin the comment. Hey, who here likes multitasking? Press 1 if you like, and 2 if you clearly do not.
For those coffee drinkers, so what's your favorite coffee? Whether it's a at-home brew or franchise. What do you guys like?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what everybody's favorite coffee is. Or if you're like us, do you like to like mix your coffee grains a little bit and put it in like a can? Who here likes multitasking? Press 1 if you like, and 2 if you clearly do not. That is YouTube. That is not
coffee drinkers.
Yay, found it. All right, so I'm gonna post that in the chat as of right now. Come on in, the water's warm. Don't be afraid. We won't bite much. The future is so bright, we all gotta wear shades.
I hear doorbell.
I see somebody. Uh-huh. Let me see. Who do we have with us? It is Carrie.
Good morning, Carrie.
Yeah. Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys?
Julie's peeking through
Julie's here with
also.
us. We're doing good.
That's good.
Awesome.
Great to hear.
Good to hear you.
Yes, Gina, I always love to hear you, honey.
Oh, thank you.
You're such a sweetie.
Thank you. Takes one to know one.
Ah, there you go.
They're all coming in. Julie, how you doing, hun?
I'm good. Can you tell I didn't do the roots?
What? Oh, so you're
didn't
gonna
do my
do
roots.
that live with us on the stream? Is that right?
I was,
Oh.
but here's the thing. What I remembered. See this?
I was reserving that
I
moment
can't-
for you.
I can't put. Then I won't be able to put these on, and I'm not gonna disengage
Oh.
this from the laptop. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that later. But while we are on the air, I'm making my iced mocha latte with my double shot of espresso to get me through the day.
Ah.
Yeah,
I have to.
I hear you go.
Carry on.
Cheers.
Man.
I'll be right back.
AJ, welcome. How you doing over in India?
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty fine. So happy to join you guys.
So happy
Can
to
you hear
have
me?
you.
How was your day?
Yeah.
You already had a full
Yeah,
day.
you're like what, 10 or 11 at night now?
That's 10:15 p.m.
Ooh, all right. Late night.
My day was lousy because we had a lot of rain here. It's dark and cloudy. It's
Oh,
kind
wow.
of monsoon season. So it makes you lazy, not just want to snuggle up in your bed with a hot cup of tea and have your favorite snacks and then talk to your friends like what I'm doing right now.
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, cozy weather, relaxing weather. We're in hurricane season over here too in Florida. So it's a lot of rainy days or the scattered showers for Florida.
Yeah.
But
I love your background, Gina. God,
Oh.
you look beautiful and you look like an angel.
oh, thank you. Actually, that's one of the
I lo-
backgrounds that I was looking at doing, angel wings, because I collect a lot of angels, but I like more like the masculine angels
Yeah.
that are like warriors,
It looks super good, super good.
Yeah, I like it too.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Gary.
It's really pretty.
Thank you guys.
And
Awesome.
Zayden, what animal are you gonna be today?
Well, I'm gonna reserve that maybe for Temp's channel, but you know what?
Mm.
I could do like a little preview, maybe. I don't know if I could figure it out like I did last night. It took me a minute. Weird. I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
I'm
think
feeling
you
kind of foxy.
actually have to have Zoom yourself, you know what I mean, and pay for it to have the options to have avatars. Because I don't pay for Zoom and I don't get those avatars, so
Oh, that might be
that's what
part
I'm
of it then.
thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And Julie couldn't get it either, so
that would make sense.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
much complimentary, and then you have to pay for the extra features, probably.
I'm digging Julie's background. She's got her thing going on now. She's got looks like some lights around the border there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging it.
Oh, nice.
She's coming around. She thinks she's an old dog, but let me tell you, she learns new tricks. So don't let her fool you. You're as
Oh, I
young
don't.
and spiritual. My spirit animal, Julie. If you can hear me. If I had a Julie spiritual animal, I would put that. No, I'm.
Well, what am I?
We've got Temp. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, Temp.
We got you. It looks like you're muted, but
There
he
he
is.
goes.
Hello, people. What's up? Yeah, I just jumped in because
Hey,
you don't have to pay. If you saw the video, I mean, that was with a free account that I did all that. So
Oh, that's right. I think I remember part of that.
I did it on purpose on a new account that I just opened during my tutorial. So anyone can do that. The thing is, you have to be signed in to Zoom. This is why I emphasize that. So if you got Zoom on the bottom right corner of your Windows, you'll see the icon, press on it, then press sign in. And if you don't have an account, you can just go to Google, choose your Google account, and it's one click to open an account. It's just press continue. That's it. You give Zoom permission to your contacts, I think. Press continue, that's it. And you get an account. You don't have to sign in for anything. It's not complicated. Very easy. And then you get all the other options like original sound and everything. So this is me without original sound. And if I will activate it, I don't know if you'll hear the difference. I hope you will. So this is me with original sound. So
Oh, yeah, because it has a high definition option, and a
exactly.
stereo
So
option.
it starts the stereo, audio. So this is without, and this is with, and it does make a lot of difference. It does cancel noise suppression. So you better have some kind of noise suppression if you are using that. But yeah, you got it. Just to,
Okay.
Cool.
you know, as soon as
Yeah.
you sign in, you'll see the avatars.
So for you guys at home, on the chat, somebody DM'd me about some jaggedness on the video stream. Yeah, I don't have a lot of memory on this system. Again, this is kind of an entry level system, so it's not top notch. So you're going to see probably a little jaggedness going on here on the stream, but hopefully it isn't too bad. Hang in there with us, guys. We're going to try and make it as fun as we can. We'll get things upgraded as we go along. So appreciate you guys. So thank you, Temp, for that little
Sure thing.
little piece there. I know that was kind of confusing for some.
What
but
did
yeah,
I miss?
We encourage you to
We
watch
talked all about
Temp's, educational on Zoom.
Oh, well, that's what Temp.
I
watched
wasn't
the-
trying. People, don't go watch it now.
Right,
but
That's
I
not-
wanted to tell you.
If
Temp,
anyone
that you
misunderstood,
watched it.
do not go watch it now. That's why I'm here.
But-
There's no
but
point
I
in
did.
watching it. I just
You
told
got-
you everything.
You got the live
But
instruction
I-
right in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Temp, I have a question for you
I got
then.
you.
What about if someone's using their cell phone and they don't have...
My next vid.
Stay tuned.
Okay, Temp,
Yeah.
my favorite Captain Jack Sparrow Jr. I watched your video
You're on the phone.
And I-
Savvy.
and I was still confused.
Okay, I'll do, because I tried to do a quick one for people with ADHD like me. Like, you don't have time to sit down and watch a 10-minute video. I
Okay.
will do one that's more instructional and longer,
Okay.
more detailed. But yeah, the one is
Alright.
for the get to the chase and have it like set up quickly. Like, I know Zoom, I have a user. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
no problem.
Excellent.
As you can see, I'm in my happy place.
I can see that. You're kitty.
Yeah. My beautiful, wonderful Moxie. She's so smart.
Moxie.
How old is
She
she?
plays fetch. She plays fetch with me. I'll throw her a mousey, and she brings it right back, and we play for hours.
Oh, a cat that plays fetch.
Yep.
That's a smart cat,
Unbelievable.
believe it or
Yep.
not.
Yeah, Hero would do that
Yeah.
sometimes too.
That's a good sign that the cat or the animal is intelligent.
Yeah.
That's their way of communicating with
Oh, and she gets in attitudes. I'm telling you, you gotta read her
you. Mm.
to know.
Welcome back, AJ. Sorry, go ahead, Carrie.
Oh, that's okay. I was just saying you gotta read her to know if you can touch her or anything like that, or if she's just waking up.
But that's another thing too. The animals, they could read people differently. Because I know my cat, when different people came to the house, how they took to that
Like a
person
sixth
or
sense.
kind of read them and like, no, let's stay away from that person. Especially when I was getting a lot of home care and different aides and nurses would come to the house. My cat knew the difference. It was like, I don't trust this one. I'll keep them as a regular.
Yeah.
A guard kitty.
I know that when my brother and my nieces and nephews would come, she would run away at first, but then she got used to the voices, but she still runs away with everyone else. Just recently, she's getting used to her neighbor's voice, so that's good.
Just a quick, because I gotta go. I got a show in an hour, so I'm gonna go and set up.
Right on.
Love you all. Love you, Zayden.
You too, brother.
Love you,
See you
Gina. Everyone
later.
here. Yeah.
Looking
see you
forward
in
to
a
the show
bit.
later on,
See
bro.
you soon.
See you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, Tim.
All right. We're going to definitely be supporting him later when he gets on his stream live. So, Julie, how are you doing? Did you have some good rest?
Actually, when we got off last night, I went in bed. I put the last Starfighter on,
Yes.
Ah.
and
Yes.
and I got
Amazing.
up to the point where the dude in the car came and got him.
Robert Preston, yeah.
Yeah, him, and then I must have been out cold from that point on. And then I only got up a few hours ago, ran out to the store, and came home, and here I am. Didn't get my hair done. Looks like I'm not gonna get my hair done because from here I'm going to 10th. So, but later. That's all. It's all good. But yeah, I'm still tired though. But I slept really well.
That's good. It's really good when you have like a hard sleep, even if it's like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you feel real good after a good hard sleep, man.
Yeah.
But you bring
It
up a
was
good.
definitely a hard one.
You bring up an interesting point. Like Robert Preston has one of those voices that if he talks regular, he could talk you to sleep. Like if he reads a book. If I were to watch Last Starfighter, I probably would have done the same thing. I would probably zonked right out. But yeah, love that movie. Love his acting. So that's what we're kind of segueing into is TV shows like up and coming reboots and reboots that should not have happened or should not be. I'm just kind of curious. So let me go ahead and see if I can segue into this next screen.
Well, can I?
I know
bring up
one that
something?
should.
What's that, Julie?
I also watched last night, before your show though, a documentary on Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, and I
Oh.
had absolutely no clue that their little studio thing that they had, they produced like a ton of shows, that The Untouchables, oh my gosh, My Three Sons. I mean, a lot. That girl. I did not know that they were that involved on the
Yeah, they did a lot
production
of
end
breaking ground.
of things. Yeah, I didn't know that. So there's a lot of shows that were good, clean fun back then, and it'd be nice if we could get some of those back on the air.
You know, I agree. Like this show, what I do, I mean, you're not going to notice a lot of cursing from me, right? Because that's not what I do.
I know.
So I like to keep my stuff as clean as I can for you guys. But I still, you know, I'll hang in there with you guys the best I can. So, for example, I was on Popcorn Planet for the first time when he went into his segue to do a feud with Lewis. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm rolling with punches. So I'm like, I'm not going to engage in any cursing or anything crazy, but especially on this channel. But yeah, it would be kind of nice though to see some of those shows pop back up, or new shows. That would be kind of nice. One of the other shows I kind of seen that I intrigues me. Has anybody seen The Rookie with
Yes.
his name? Starts with
I
an
forget his
N.
name too, but you like that show?
I don't know if I necessarily like the show, but I just like his acting.
Oh, yes. Oh,
He was in another show that he was a writer, but he was kind of tagging along in some crime. Scenarios, like he was a crime writer, novelist. Same actor. I'm trying to remember that one. My gosh.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion. That's it. He is fantastic. Now, I got to ask too. Has anybody seen or heard anything about the movie Uncharted?
I saw the movie.
You saw the movie, okay. Now, has anybody seen or played, I should
Played
say,
the game.
the video game series? Because that's what it was based off of.
I have.
No.
Awesome. PC Tech Ready, you snuck in there, man. I didn't.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Not too bad, Zayden. Not too bad.
Good to see you.
I've played the Uncharted games. I think they stuck pretty close to the first game, but I think they tried to bring in too much from the others in this movie. That's my opinion.
I do agree.
that's a good
I
point.
think what they tried to do is they tried to bring in a storyline from a younger Nathan Drake.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I was thinking when they brought in Tom, whatever his last name is.
I do.
Spider-Man.
I do have a pretty controversial take on a new Marvel TV series.
Which one?
If
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
I was going to lead into that here in a little bit.
Now, the reason why it's controversial, and we can discuss it, I like it. But I don't like some of the things that they've done with the character of She-Hulk and her alter ego, Jennifer. Because if you look at the animated shows that she's been in, the character's been in, and you look at the comic books, they've tried to combine the two different styles that She-Hulk was written in the comics.
See, I didn't read the comic book version of She-Hulk, so you may have to enlighten us on that.
Right, there's two different writers. I can't remember their names, but one did the first set of She-Hulk comics, which was the comedic aspect of She-Hulk and what we're seeing in the TV series now. The second writer that came in to do the continuation did the more serious stuff, where she joined the X-Men for a little bit. She joined the Avengers at one point, and then she joined Bruce in the Agents of Smash, because the Hulks became their own.
I remember the comic book. Well, I didn't read that one, but I know what you're talking about.
But they did an animated series, and the actress who played Faith in Buffy the Vampire Slayer voiced her in the animated series, Eliza Dushku. And if you watch that animated series and then compare it with what we're seeing on the TV show,
Mm-hmm.
they're going along that sort of vein. But what I think a lot of people, what I don't agree with, is how they made her become She-Hulk, because that's not the way it happened in canon.
Yeah, I read something about that, where, because Bruce became that way through gamma radiation in the lab. So
yeah, and what a lot of people don't realize, Bruce Banner's backstory is a lot more tragic than can be shown on TV.
He kind of highlighted a little bit where it was difficult for him, but even though that didn't really paint the whole picture. But yeah.
But the thing is, the way they have Jen responding to him in some scenes really annoyed me. But I do enjoy the TV show because I like the lore aspect. I find, I was a big fan of Ally McBeal. I don't know if anybody else was, but I find putting a comedic spin on what
That's what I like, the humor.
See, that I did like it. I like that too.
I like it. Yeah, I like
it had me laughing
as well.
And
I can add that flavor.
To put that spin, because that's why I think the guy who wrote Ally McBeal is involved with She-Hulk. That's why we're getting that legal spin as well.
I think that's smart for this show.
Really?
Though.
I didn't
really
know
think that's
that.
smart.
But the thing is, I don't like. There's two major factors that I don't like about this TV show. That is, they've completely negated how Jen became She-Hulk, because she didn't become She-Hulk in a car accident. She was injured. If I remember rightly in the comic, she was injured while on holiday with Bruce. She then gets rushed to hospital. Bruce is the only compatible blood donor to Jen, and she could have died. So Bruce then does a blood transfusion with Jen, and that's how she becomes She-Hulk. That's the only thing that annoyed me. They've gone away from the canon.
They did that in Star Wars too, man. That's a Disney thing.
Yeah. And this is the thing. I get into arguments with my friends all the time because I'm a massive comic book nerd. And I would say about 9% of the time, they stick to the lore of the comic book.
Keep it canon, what I say.
And keep it canon. But most of the time, you'll get somebody coming along going, oh, I can do better. Why go away from the original canon when...
I agree with you on this piece of tech. Because why not just create your own story with some other character? Like, be creative about it, not use another storyline and then try to manipulate it to your own.
The thing that annoys me, Zaiden, is, and I hate this word and I hate this term but it's the only one that's out there. A lot of studios have gone woke.
Yes.
They've gone woke. They're kowtowing to certain agendas, certain things to make money. Yeah. I got into a very serious argument with a very close friend of mine, and we normally have debates back and forth about things. But the thing is, what a lot of people have to remember is movie studios are only interested in doing one thing, and that's making money. And you can tell that by the controversies that have come out, such as Ezra Miller, and their situations. All they want is money, and they don't care how they get it. You know.
Awesome. Welcome, Brandon. By the way, sorry.
Sorry, Zoe.
Hi, Brandon.
But that's my take, and I know it's controversial because a lot of people are online bashing She-Hulk, but I like it for the lawyeristic comedy aspect because that reminds me of Ally McBeal.
Likewise, right?
Yeah.
I don't like how they've negated both Bruce's and Jen's backstories because in the comics it's so powerful, and the other one is I don't like the fact of how they've completely changed She-Hulk's origin. But it is an enjoyable TV series so far for me.
I think you hit that one on the nail. Yeah. Honestly, they could have probably got away with creating a brand new superhero or whatever in general and make that a lawyer-based series, and it would probably still have worked. In my opinion. But
I mean, the thing is,
Law and Crime's popular right now, especially after Amber Heard's and Johnny Depp's case.
Yeah.
So,
What was the other series that we watched? The
Lincoln Lawyer was another series that
that is a really good series.
And that one was pretty close to the movie too. Originally, if anybody's watched Matthew McConaughey's version, which was pretty good. So the series was actually excellent. It did some twists in there in the storyline, which I appreciated. So it wasn't always verbatim on point to the movie, but I liked it. It was good.
What do you think of the Sandman? This is my question to everybody. Has anybody watched it?
I have not watched that yet.
I haven't either.
Billy's mutes off.
Give us a quick rundown of what that's about. PC.
I haven't watched it. I've seen the trailer, and the trailer makes it look really, really interesting because the Sandman is a really interesting comic book character. But
I'm gonna look it up right now.
As
right here,
as we all know, with trailers, they put the most in. If it's with TV series or movies, they put the most interesting pieces in to get you through the door to watch it. So I'm dubious on whether to watch it or not. I seriously am 50-50 at the moment.
Are you talking about the show that's on Netflix?
Yes, I believe it's a Netflix show.
Okay, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, it says it's an adaptation of Neil Gaiman's dark and iconic superhero fantasy comic is finally coming this year. Show stars Tom Sturridge's Dream, powerful being who is held captive by a group of occultists for 105 years until he's finally freed and sets out to restore his kingdom of dreaming. Gwendolyn Christie, Charles Dance, David Lewis, Jenna Coleman are also stars.
Yeah, I think I'm going to check that out.
I think you'll recognize Jenna Coleman as the companion of the Doctor in Doctor Who. She's she's a well-known English actress over here in the UK.
So the Sandman is not. Sorry,
Charles
go ahead.
Dance is it?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Charles Dance is in there.
I thought that was about an adaptation of the Marvel Sandman, but it's not, right?
It is. It's the Marvel Sandman.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
okay, cool.
But like I said, I've watched the trailer, Brendan, and like I said, with movies and TV shows now, they pick and choose the best bits just to get you to watch. And we've all been there. We've started watching a TV show or movie, and it's been a disappointment. So
yes.
I don't want to fall into that trap. I know it sounds crazy, but I've fallen for that enough times. I mean, I was upset when Firefly was cancelled. That really annoyed me.
You know, like when you know a show's good and then they cancel it, what is wrong with I don't know how they decide that.
what's annoying is that if you're going to cancel, I get it if they want to cancel a show, but can you at least cancel it with a proper ending to the story instead of just flat
Just
out
leaving you hanging.
canceling it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. That is
Yes.
exactly my point. There's been so many TV shows that have been cancelled, that have been left on a cliffhanger, and you're left wanting more. And that's what really bugs me.
Yeah.
They did that with Archive 81. I don't know if any of y'all seen that. It's based on
I
a
have,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, it's based on a podcast, and then it ends where he wakes up in 1994 and Kurt Cobain's dead, and then they canceled it, and now you don't know what happens. Like he goes back in time.
Yeah.
It's like getting a song stuck in your head.
Yeah.
But you don't know how the song ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unless you finish that song, you'll just repeat the same 5 lyrics for the rest of the day.
Oh, and then we all go nuts. It's like, come on.
Well,
That's a day in the life of my world.
I've had the new Britney Spears Elton John song stuck in my head since it's come out, and since Andy played it on Popcorn Planet, and I've rewatched that stream, the bit where he plays the song in full, about 20 times before it came out, because it didn't come out until God knows when in the UK. So, and then I was listening to it, and I'd walk around humming it all day. So, you know, there are those songs that get stuck in your head.
What was the title? Tiny
Yeah,
Dancer?
I was
or
listening to that at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's called
Or
Hold Me Closer, I think.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah,
Me
Hold Me
Closer.
Closer.
That's it.
It's called Hold Me Closer, but it's I would say it's a reimagining of the Elton John song Tiny Dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
It's a Britney Spears. I think it's like a mixed dance revision of it.
Yeah.
Well,
is what I gather from it.
And it's
well,
almost,
see, and that's the thing. I think a lot of people were kind of sort of disappointed in it. Well, not a lot, but there was people disappointed in it. Somebody that likes to dance will not be disappointed in that.
no.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
No.
I don't think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, Zayden. The reason why it's taken off is because I think Elton John did the right thing. He promoted it like anything through the clubs, and and to be honest, after everything Britney Spears has been through, it's just amazing to hear her voice.
Yeah,
that I would
Again,
agree
she's
with.
free.
Right.
What's that other
She's
club
free.
song that was recently a remake of Elton John's too, within like the last year?
Elton John
Yeah.
did a lot of collaboration music. I liked his stuff with Eminem back in the day.
He's stated that every summer he's going to do a remix. He's going to collaborate with an artist to do remixes or reimaginings of his songs. I think the one from last year was with Dua Lipa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you know how it got to be that Elton John was with Britney this time? It
How
was
was it?
because of his husband, David Furnish. He brought it up to Elton and was like, she hasn't done anything in a while. And he's like, yeah, you're right.
But the other thing
It
was,
was
So it
beneficial
kind of
for
inspired
both
each other.
of their careers. Yes,
Yeah.
and it was
Yeah.
beneficial
Oh, yeah.
for both of their careers. I mean, when you think
Absolutely.
about it,
But-
about it, Elton hasn't had anything out in a while, and so it boosted his career as well. So,
Yeah.
kudos,
Oh, yeah.
kudos
It
to
was a
him.
good collab. Yeah.
but
It was.
He's on his last tour.
the other thing as well is Elton has been watching very carefully what's been going on with Britney Spears. So he knows particularly well what she's been through, because if you read between the lines of what he's said in the press, he's sort of giving a dig at those that kept Britney imprisoned, but
Yeah.
he's building Britney's confidence back up with this track. I mean, look at the video she put on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And I think that goes both ways.
I think he's in the middle of his
Holy
last tour.
shit!
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Elton John, man, he's a very creative writer and an artist. So if you think about it, like these two inspired each other because of their paths that they have taken. And then when Elton John's out of it for a little while, he's thinking, retire, am I done? And then here's the story with Britney Spears.
He's never gonna be done.
Right. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's done a couple.
He's going to be on
farewell
stage.
tours.
He's going to be on stage and dying on stage. That's how passionate he is about his music. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
I
that's
said
going
on
to happen.
yesterday
But you know what I mean?
on Popcorn Planet, I got on there yesterday because I mentioned that I used to work on his tours.
That's
and make
where I
tour
remember you
Oh,
from.
yeah.
You were
Yeah,
on yesterday.
that's right.
Yeah.
Give us some
Yeah, so,
insight on
like,
that, Brandon.
So I used to work at his Caesar's Palace residency, and I remember his manager. His name was Howard Rose, and like I thought Elton was a diva. His manager's more of a diva.
Wow.
Like when it comes to graphics and stuff like that, they're like, okay, just move it like an inch over, and I'm like, it's on a screen, like a computer screen. There's not really that many inches. They're like, make it this percentage smaller, and then things like that with graphics. But they were saying he was going to retire back then in 2014 to 2018 when I was there, and now he's finally on his Yellow Brick Road tour, and maybe this is a good time for Britney to do a song with him because he's in the middle of that tour, and maybe he can get her back on a couple live shows so she can get used to the road. Maybe, who knows?
I think they're hinting at that. I really do.
Do you
I
think
think there's been little hints.
is she still
speculation of
contracted
that.
though with Vegas?
No.
No,
I think
No.
she finished her residency.
no.
okay.
She finished that, and she's like, I'm not doing it. She told Daddy, her little daddy there, I'm not doing it again.
Oh, that's how she
That
got
was
into
too
it.
That's how she got out of it, because it was during the conservatorship when the
Right.
contract was ended, and he wanted to renegotiate a new contract, and that's when she started to battle back and saying, I'm not working anymore. But you know what? That Vegas deal, yeah, that was good for her, but I think actually going out on tour is what she needs for
Yeah.
herself.
I heard she
Yeah.
didn't.
That's
I heard she
You're
didn't like.
right.
I heard she
didn't
didn't
like-
like her residency.
She didn't like a
from,
residency?
Well, because I used
Well,
to get a
it's
magazine called
constricting.
All-Star.
Well, right, because it was during the conservatorship. So I wonder if, obviously, Dad had a hand into it.
Yeah, she was forced to do that residency because of the conservatorship, because
I
everybody,
figured.
Yeah.
she was the breadwinner for everybody in that conservatorship.
Yeah.
What
I think it's disgraceful.
I've got a question for the panel. What does everybody think of this phase of the Marvel movies coming out?
I
know-
have mixed feelings.
I think it's
Yeah,
a
mixed
mess.
here too. I don't know. Like, I mean, I like the Doctor Strange angle because that's kind of close to on point on some of the comics. Kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out in the next phase.
They're doing the Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the comics version of that, but I don't know if they're
That's
going
what
to
I
go
was
too
thinking.
woke or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
wondering.
I'm not a big fan of the Doctor Strange ones, though.
His last one was a little bit medieval, I'll admit. Like, if you have a mature mind and you watch it through, it's like
Zing!
you can handle it.
Zaiden Zitters.
I was surprised at the post-credit scene that they actually introduced his wife. Charlize Theron's character at the end of Doctor Strange and the Madness of the
Oh
Multiverse.
yes, Charlize, yeah, Theron.
That's she's playing his wife.
So that's interesting because isn't she her character? I forgot the name of her character, but isn't that like a more of a medieval or evil character?
No, she in the comics, she tempers Doctor Strange's his need to meddle, and that's why she's turned up in that post-credit scene and said, "You need to come with me to fix this stuff." So I'm gonna be interested to see where Doctor Strange goes from here.
Yeah.
I am too.
but I know a few of my friends didn't like it. They didn't like
The last movie?
Yeah, a lot of my friends didn't even like the last Spider-Man movie. But I am looking forward to they're bringing Miles Morales to the live screen as well for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And
so what do you think about that? You hate it?
I liked it.
Oh, you liked it?
But the thing is, I'm more of a, when it comes to DC and Marvel, I like their animated stuff because the animated stuff sticks to the comic books. They stick to the lore of the comics.
Right.
But with animation, it takes longer than live action. I mean, for example, as I said on Temp Stream a couple of weeks ago, I'm a huge fan of Critical Role. I've watched them from the very beginning. Travis Willingham, who plays Grog Strongjaw, and that, he's the voice of Thor in Avengers Assemble. His wife, Laura Bailey, I don't know if anybody knows anime, but she is the voice of Lust from Full Metal Alchemist. She does the voice of Shin-Chan. She does the voice of Kid Trunks. And she is also the voice of Black Widow in Avengers Assemble. So, you know.
Are you talking about the Zanime that has her own YouTube channel?
No. She's a cast member of Critical Role, which is like nerdy ass voice actors playing D&D.
Oh, okay.
And all those voice actors, Sam Riegel, Liam O'Brien, Marisha Ray, Matthew Mercer. Matthew Mercer is the DM. Then you've got Laura Bailey, Taliesin Jaffe, who you might not recognize him now, but he was the little blonde kid from Mr. Mom, the movie.
That was Michael Keaton, right? That was a Michael Keaton film?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. But basically, all those voice actors, if you look at their credits on IMDb, they have been in so many video games, so many animated series. And like I said, with Marvel and DC, their animated stuff is brilliant. It's when it comes to the live action stuff where I think they need a good kick, because a lot of it, they don't stick to the canon, like with She-Hulk or with Shazam even. I mean, they've put Shazam off. Right. They've put Shazam off now until next year, which has annoyed me because it was meant to be coming out this Christmas. And I really wanted to see it.
Let me ask you, what did you think of the original Shazam movie?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
What do you all think on the panel? Have anybody else actually watched that movie, Shazam?
No, I can't say that I have.
I didn't watch it.
I thought it was kind of interesting.
No.
Is that a hard no? No, I liked the storyline a bit. I mean, it was pretty interesting because it kind of follows the comics a little bit with the him becoming Shazam a little.
Yeah, and there's actually an animated movie of Shazam versus Superman.
Yes, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to that.
I definitely recommend watching that because it goes more into the backstory of the character, and of course, Superman doesn't know that it's a young kid that is Shazam. So it's quite good. I mean, but with what Marvel are coming out with in this phase, I just find it confusing and a mess at the moment.
Gotcha. So let me go and switch gears a little bit. So there are some other shows coming out too. Has anybody seen A League of Their Own, for for example, the movie with Tom Hanks?
Yes.
Yes.
The movie, absolutely. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
commercials
it
previews
was a
for the
really good movie.
series, though.
Really good movie, but I think they've gone too far with the TV series.
I haven't actually
Yeah.
seen
Yeah, I
it
don't
yet.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
They're turning it into
No.
now into race and stuff like that, where the movie didn't have any black women playing on the team, but
And that-
they're bringing that in, and I don't know.
And there's a good reason for that, Kerry. The reason why, because they mentioned it, because back when women started playing baseball, you know, people.
Oh yeah, they weren't
women,
allowed.
Women of color were not allowed to play
Nope.
baseball.
Well,
They
even
were-
but back then
Let
too,
alone women.
women were not even allowed to be on the.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just because war took place. They needed to have something to
Yeah.
cover that. So
But there was an African American baseball team, and I think if they were they've done a movie about the ladies from this baseball team with Tom Hanks. I think it would be amazing if they did a movie or a TV show
based on that.
based on the African American women's teams as well.
Oh,
know.
I agree with
Yeah,
you.
I didn't even know that.
I just find the title it's completely different from the movie. You know what I mean? Like the storyline is completely different. And
Oh.
that movie was excellent.
I
You know?
read an interview with Tom Hanks, and they asked him about the TV series, and he basically said, for the movie, we were told to keep it historically accurate
Right.
because they had that it was actually the surviving members of the team that wanted to put their story out there. But he said, from what I can see from the TV series, they're not keeping it historically accurate,
Yeah.
which is what I think is a dig at.
You know, I
the
agree with you.
showrunners.
There should be some sort of respect to hold on to that legacy. So,
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
huge advocate of, especially when it comes to history, when you're telling a story about history, and then you try to manipulate it into some sort of a fictional part of that history. That's where I'm kind of like, well, then two things are happening. One, you're just trying to attract a certain type of audience, and two, you're kind of skewing the actual historical part of that
Well,
Yeah,
legacy.
here's the thing that I didn't like, because I watched the first episode. I haven't watched any more of it. Do you remember in the movie where Gina Davis's character gets the baseball thrown at her by Rosie O'Donnell's character, and she just catches it barehanded?
Was that
Yeah.
which part? Like when she was coming back to the Hall of Fame, or when
In the beginning, right?
in the beginning?
Yeah, it was early on, I think.
Okay.
In the TV series, they did exactly the same thing, and no knock on the actress who plays the character, but they did the same thing with the African American
man.
woman character.
Yeah. The
See,
exact same
Look, I don't
thing.
have anything wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having different cultures in baseball. I mean, that's not an issue. But when you're trying to
Like they're trying to
incorporate
create a narrative.
a narrative from another character from a historical point of view, then that's where I have a problem.
The
Well,
movie
I
balanced
agree with
out
you,
the
Zayden.
comedy and the
You can't
drama.
change history.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gina, go ahead.
I said the movie balanced out.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We're both-
You got it passionate. Come on.
no, it's hard to make a combination of drama and comedy, like, and based off of a true story type background. To bring that all together isn't easy, and they did that with the movie. So to try to remake
Yes.
that in a series, yeah, that's tough. And I think they're going to go too much drama and not enough lighthearted comedy in the series.
And Gina, to your point on that, with the movie, they kept it fairly accurate in the history sense of what really happened back then. This is it's not following history because of just, and again, it's no knock on the characters. I mean, I get it. Hollywood's got to be more inclusive, and they should be more inclusive. But when you're basing it on a periodic, is that the right term?
Yeah.
I'm using
Yeah.
a period piece. Well, you have to be accurate in that, and they're not, and therefore I'm not watching it.
Well, there you go.
Our
I'll
passionate
talk to my
viewers.
father about it.
And that's all I
agree
gotta
with
say.
Julie.
I was talking to my
I
father
totally
about
agree with
that
Julie.
show, and we were like, "Yeah, the movie was great, but I don't know how they can stretch it out into a series just to keep it interesting. They're just trying
Yeah.
to paint a narrative
I-
now."
I
Well,
think
Brandon, it'll probably be one of those one-hit wonder shows, like
Maybe
Well,
so.
one season and it's gone. That's it.
Yeah.
Brandon, the thing that I find with Hollywood is they haven't, and it's a complaint a lot of Hollywood I've read about, a lot of Hollywood professionals complaining about. There's not a good group of up and coming screenwriters that will come along and blow somebody away. And if there is, they get rejected because they think their idea is either too controversial, too in the nose, so to speak. So,
Yeah.
and because of that, I do truly believe that Hollywood are running out of ideas, which is why we're getting remakes of movies into TV series, and some will work, some definitely won't, especially if they don't stick to the premise that the movie was based off. I mean, for example, one of my favorite Kevin Costner movies with Sean Connery was The Untouchables.
Great,
Yeah.
great movie.
Yeah.
They're now considering making that a TV series.
Well,
Yeah, see, I don't know how that works.
The Untouchables was already a TV series. That was what's his name?
You're breaking
Yeah.
up, Julie.
It was already a TV series before Kevin Costner even did the movie.
Oh
A long
right,
time ago. You don't
I didn't-
remember that? I'm probably the oldest one here.
you probably
Yeah. It was. But yeah, The Untouchables was what the heck was, now I have to Google again, because as a matter of fact, I was telling Zayden earlier when I was watching the Lucy and Desi documentary, Desilu Studios produced the TV show The Untouchables.
Oh right, okay.
Desi Arnaz.
Yeah. Their studio produced The Untouchables, the TV series. I'll tell you what his name is. We used to watch it all. But they can't make I mean, you know what they need to do? They need to get some of these younger folks a chance.
I like Reservation Dogs. It's a show on Hulu and FX. It's called Reservoir Dogs, but it's Reservation Dogs about some native people from Oklahoma, like these kids, and it's pretty interesting. It's a good story, but it's a play on Reservoir Dogs. But
Yeah.
About a group of
That's a
teens on Oklahoma Native
Robert
American
Stack.
reservation. Turns for a second.
Oh, I know that name.
Robert Stack. That's
Robert
who
Stack.
starred in the TV series. Yeah.
I tried watching the
Untouchables?
Fresh
Yeah.
Prince one, the remake of that,
Yeah, what
Oh, I
y'all
didn't
think
wanna
about
see
that?
and
The,
I didn't
Fresh
like how
Prince
they
remake.
turned that too much into drama. I couldn't keep watching. I think I watched
That was
maybe
tough
part of the
to-
first episode.
Yeah, I agree with you, Gina.
It-
That one should. That's a series I think that should
They're
not have been redone. you can't redo
I
Fresh Prince of
agree,
Bel-Air.
and I'm just so tired. No, you can't. I agree with you, and I don't know about anybody else, but I'm like truly sick and tired of. They are just recycling everything, whether it's TV shows or movies. It's like, does nobody have any imagination anymore? Or are they, is it laziness? Make a quick buck. I don't know what
Yeah,
it
laziness.
is, but I'm tired of it.
It's a combination of a couple of things. I think they need to continuously make money because of their costs. They need to continuously produce a product because otherwise they're not valued in their own marketplace. And they need to continuously probably rehash things and think it's a good idea when it's not, when they should be left alone. I mean, Zaiden made a good point, and so did Gina. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I couldn't watch it.
No, same here.
No, I think we watched 2 episodes, maybe tops, and I was I
don't know if I even made it to the second episode. And
right. I mean, I see where Will Smith wanted to make a spin on it, to make it a drama series, but it's like, dude, it's like you can't recreate what you already created. That was such a footprint, especially back in the 90s, because that, you don't have as much content back then as you do now. So everybody knows Fresh Prince, and that's like, okay, that's embedded into our minds. And then you got this drama series. It's like,
it was brand new for him. He was new to the scene.
I think
he
got lucky
he made
with
it
the
comedy.
success of Cobra. He produced Cobra Kai, and so maybe he was like, oh, maybe I could do this with Fresh Prince, because Cobra Kai was a hit.
But at least Cobra Kai was a continuation of the same
Yeah,
storyline.
continuation. Yeah, so it's a little different.
Right.
But
where the original Fresh Prince was lighthearted, and so it still would get some messages across, some controversial messages, but lightheartedly, with laughter, and it brought communities together that way.
Well, I agree with you, Gina. I mean, there was a couple of episodes that stick out into my mind immediately from the original Fresh Prince. The one where Carlton gets a gun, and him and Will have it out in the hospital. The one where Will is in the pool hall, and then it breaks it with the comedy where his Uncle Phil just turns to Jeffrey and goes, "Break out, Lucille."
Right.
And then the third one, like Brandon said, the one where Will's father comes back. It dealt with some hard-hitting issues, but gave it that comedic twist. This one is, you can't take a comedy and turn it into a drama. You can't do it.
No.
I agree. I have a question.
Yeah.
Who's here? Who here is the fans of the Karate Kid?
Oh,
of course.
Yeah, me.
I am.
All right.
How
So
about
then
you, Chet?
I have a
Cobra Kai?
question.
Press 1.
In regards to the Karate Kid movies, with.
Oh, you're talking about the actual movies or the Cobra Kai series or both?
No. I'm talking about the movie.
Ah, all right.
All right. Wax on, wax off. Those. What did you think when they redid that movie?
Jackie Chan and
Jackie Chan and Will Smith's kid,
and his son.
So, what were your thoughts on that?
I didn't like it.
Me neither.
They should have named it something completely different, honestly. I mean, that was Kung Fu. They were teaching Kung Fu.
Chinese.
Not
karate's Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. That was like an oxymoron kind of movie.
The thing that I liked about the Karate Kid movies was you had the character of Daniel in the first two, and then not a lot of people remember the third one.
Oh, Hillary Swank.
Silver.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was a third one with Terry Silver, right?
Yeah. Terry Silver was the third, and then of course the fourth one had Swank.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Swank.
And the thing is, a lot of people didn't like the third or the fourth, but I like all of them because they bring a message which I think is lost in Hollywood. Hollywood used to bring messages in their movies back in the. I mean, you go to the theater now, you go and watch any movie. I guarantee you walk out of that movie. Yeah, it was a good movie, but it's missing something. The thing that it's missing is the message that Hollywood used to put across, that we all need to look after one another, we all need to take care of one another, we all need to take care of our planet.
It's
Good
like whenever you're in school,
morals.
they would say, they were like, yeah, what's the moral of the story? You know,
Yeah.
that's what they would teach us in
Yeah.
school.
You know,
That's not there.
But
Yeah.
that's not there in these movies, and that's because they're doing remakes, they're doing rehashes of things that shouldn't be remade. You know, I mean, for example, if J.R.R. Tolkien was alive today,
Oh,
I
he's
think
turning
he-
his grave right now.
he would be suing Amazon left, right, and center. And here's the thing, and I don't know if anybody on the panel's read this article, but Amazon actually fired the Tolkien, the guy who's responsible for all Tolkien's writing with regards to Lord of the Rings. They
No, I didn't know that.
they fired him because he was arguing with them and saying this doesn't track with what was written, and they fired him.
So his
Right off the
adaptation
board, and
was
therefore they
stick-
took ownership rights.
Yeah,
And that's what really made me
So
upset too about
he-
that.
Yeah. So he spoke up for the truth and got booted.
yeah, basically.
And lost all rights to the writing.
Wow.
No, he still works for the Tolkien estate.
Oh, he does. Okay, I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking of like an ownership rights to
They-
selling content.
No. Basically, the Tolkien estate have licensed it to Amazon because the Tolkien estate and the descendants of Tolkien retain the rights no matter what.
Oh, good.
They license it.
Good.
So when Peter Jackson was, if you watch the special features on the extended edition of Lord of the Rings,
Those are
they
good
do
too.
they do an extended interview with Peter Jackson about his journey of bringing the movies to the screen. He said it was an uphill battle because he had to prove to the Tolkien estate that he was going to remain true to the material.
And so now it's
As it should
bastardized, I guess.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
yeah. And the reason why the Tolkien estate had this guy on board with Amazon was to make sure they remain true. But obviously they're not. They're doing their own thing. So it shouldn't be called Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. It should be called something completely different.
Oh yeah, with the new series coming out. That's right.
Yeah.
So is Amazon the one that's got the hands on that
Yes.
for their series?
it
That's
is.
right. Okay.
It is, Zayden. And
And they
this-
did League of Their Own too, so maybe they're gonna have their own way with it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like, I'll give you an example. My self-published book that I've written, I did a screenwriting course to get it produced, to produce the screenplay for it. I've written the screenplay. I've sent this screenplay out to numerous
Welcome back, AJ. Go ahead.
numerous production companies. The only one I haven't heard back from yet is Johnny Depp's production company, because I want Johnny Depp to be in my movie.
You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of creativity he has. Ever since Disney, I mean, he's been put on ice by a lot of production companies, and I think that he deserves a little more respect in the creative industry when it comes to film, especially there. So I agree with you. I think that would be cool to see him in action again, have his own production company, get his hands in his own cookie jar. And kind of see things kind of develop from there. I'm really looking forward from him to see what he does.
Well, I think his production
You had a twin
company.
for a moment.
I
Sorry.
think his production company are involved with this Louis XIV movie. I'm sure they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm even though it's in French, I hope it has subtitles because I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Well,
Excuse me, guys.
that's my only problem. I hope there's no subtitles because I don't like reading movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going back to the reading book rather than
Yeah,
reading a movie.
yeah.
I'm a fan of Bollywood movies, so I'm used to having subtitles on the screen. So you know.
I grew up with anime, so I watched, Japanese.
Yeah, no, Brandon.
That's a hard no from
Nope.
Julie. That's not going to be ever happening to
No.
at any time.
I will admit there are some very weird animes out there, but a lot of them are really good. Like Full Metal Alchemist. There's Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z was great.
Last weekend, Dragon Ball Z's movie was #1 at the box office. It beat out the Beast movie from Idris Elba here in USA.
Okay.
I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy for anime."
There's a new movie coming out which I'm intrigued to watch, starring Idris Elba, which is where he plays a genie.
What's it called?
I can't think of the life of me what it's called. Let me just have a look, because I'll see if I can find the name of it. The trailer for it is really, really good.
Has anybody seen? While you're looking that up, has anybody seen the anime series Bleach?
Oh yeah. Have you, Julie?
Cute, Brandon. Cute. No, I
They at least
haven't.
have English dubbed on there, so it's for.
Hey, what
people
was
that
that
speak
Brandon Fraser movie that's coming out that we saw?
Brandon Fraser. Oh, The Whale.
That's what it's called.
where
Have
he's-
you?
Yeah, that looks
Uh,
What's
interesting.
that about?
See, that's going to
What's
put
that
out
about?
a moral story there. It's about him, his character being like a 600
Overweight?
pounds.
Yeah.
And it kind of tells a story about that and him trying to get through everyday life as a teacher.
But they did a
can't watch
great job
something
with
like
his
that.
makeup and stuff too. And he
So many
usually
people are
does
excited
good
to
both comedy and drama movies. I like him. I don't think he gets enough credit at time.
And he hasn't
People
done
were
a
excited
movie
to
in
see
a
him
while.
in Batgirl. He was
Yeah.
in Batgirl, and that got shelved, and people were excited to see him come back. Too,
Yeah.
this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Brendan Fraser's character in Doom Patrol.
Never saw
I
it.
didn't see that one.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
either. How long ago was that movie?
No, it was a TV series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a really fascinating TV series. I can't remember if it's Marvel or DC, but the Idris Elba movie is called 3,000 Years Longing. He plays the genie, and it's basically an old lady who finds a unique sort of jar, and then she takes it home, opens it, and realizes there's a genie in her house, it does look very funny.
It does. Oh, I mean,
I could
Sorry.
use one of those.
it sounds funny, but so it's
Well,
called Doom Patrol.
The TV series with Brendan Fraser is Doom Patrol. There's
Doom as in DOOM.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Pierce Brosnan's in it as well.
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, I like him.
I like to see
I
those two
like
together.
him.
Now I'm going to be encouraged to watch it.
He was one of my favorite
And
007.
Yeah. Yeah.
here's
It was
the
a good James
downside.
Bond. Yeah.
Here's the downside to that. Going back to what we were saying earlier, they cancelled that and left it on a
Sean
cliffhanger.
Connery. Sorry.
Who's dissing
So-
Sean Connery?
No, I said, of course, Sean Connery is the best.
Yeah, she?
Sorry.
Who is the real
Sorry, go ahead.
007
And
here?
what did you say at the end, David?
It was basically with Doom Patrol, they left it on a cliffhanger and cancelled it. But I would recommend anybody to watch it because it's a really good TV show. It deals with
See why you got to set us up like that, PC?
yeah, but
Why
hold
you
on,
gotta
hold
do
on,
that,
hold on. Hear me out, Zayden. Hear me out. It's the only superhero TV show that deals directly with mental disorders in
Oh, really?
a
Yeah,
very
that would be
Ah.
fascinating.
with a very unique way. You've got Brendan Fraser. You've got Matt Bonner, who was in who voiced Superman in one of the DC animated movies. He was also, I can't remember the TV series he was in now, White Collar. He was in White Collar as well as as a high-end sort of con man, which is another good TV series I would recommend anybody to watch.
That does sound.
But because in Doom Patrol, you've got a character who has multiple personalities, and the way they show the multiple personality, I know it has different names, but they go inside this character's head to save her, to find her, and you get to see all of her personalities and what she has created in her head to control them. And it's the way they deal with it is respectful, and it's an amazing look at what we would perceive certain people as.
It sounds interesting.
That is, I mean, a lot of us can kind of relate to stuff like that, so I'm sure that would be a good series. Of course, leaving us on a cliffhanger doesn't help, though, PC.
I know. That's one of those. But I think they've done it for a reason, because there was discussion that because Doom Patrol are part of the DC universe, and Doom Patrol actually become members of the League of Justice. Okay. So there's a tie-in. All right. I thought what they were doing was they left it like that so that they could do a feature film. But
okay, yeah, I know some series do that.
That's the last thing I heard. But obviously, with Brendan Fraser going into Batgirl, which I'm really annoyed about. I heard about that. I'm annoyed that they shelved that. I just read into that he was in Batgirl last night. I never watched Batgirl series, so the Batgirl series was okay. CW like I used to. The Batgirl series was okay, but it fell apart after the first season.
That was with Ruby Rose, right?
That's what happened to me with Flash, man. Yes. I mean, I liked Flash at first, and then of course they did all kinds of weird stuff with that, and I lost interest. So it's like you wait till the season's over, watch the first and last episode.
But what was the deal with the whole Ruby Rose thing? Because I liked her as Batgirl.
Right, a lot of things came out. The studio started blaming her for being injured while working on John Wick, which wasn't true. She got injured on the set of Batgirl and had to have neck surgery. If she didn't have neck surgery, she could have ended up paralyzed. Then
I they're mad at her for that.
And then, well, they were mad because she basically came out and told the truth and said, I was injured while on the set of Batgirl. This is what happened. And then obviously the press took it and ran with it. And then the studio came out and said, no, she was complaining about working long hours. She wasn't used to working the long hours that TV productions do. Hold on, but movies
trying to escape liability.
Movies have longer working hours.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, and if you remember the other day on Lewis' channel, it was Lewis's channel, who had that what was that gentleman's name from New Zealand? He had told us that
Tyler,
that's him. And he was telling us a story about how deadlines are, the production companies give you a deadline and a budget, and they have to work so much to get these movies and shows in order by that timeline, because after that they're cut off. And it's just interesting.
I had to go to Mexico and work on. I had to go to Mexico because I used to work with a company that was in deals with Samsung, and we had to go work on Narcos in Mexico City and shoot some promos. And I had to work 40 something hours in a couple of days, no sleep, and deliver 20 video edits at the end of 2 weeks. And I didn't sleep maybe hours in those 2 weeks.
Yeah, I hear.
It kills you. Ages
yeah,
you.
I heard horror stories about that, man. I like people getting only 2 to 3 hours of sleep. Like, how do you act for one? I mean, you gotta have a ton of makeup.
Different, yeah.
For one. Now, if you're doing all the production on the backside, on the tech, the technical, I can only imagine it's like you're being handcuffed to a chair, just getting all this stuff done,
Oh, yeah.
CGI and all.
I lost some girlfriends over that stuff.
Oh man.
Oh, Zaiden's been at it behind the scenes too.
I've been like this whole thing, right? So I'm putting all this together, and literally I had to relearn everything about graphics in general through Adobe, the whole creative suite, just to kind of get an idea of how to make things happen. So I'm here doing like 12 hours, maybe longer, because if I'm working and then I'm doing this like for another 8 hours, it's like 2 full-time jobs, if not more. So you have to keep up with it, or else you lose your foothold. So and it gets away from you. So I have so much respect for you guys, man, that get behind the scenes and do that stuff.
And the production teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working with that football player, Deshaun Watson, when he got canceled, and we shot like a couple days worth of stuff, and I was in the middle of editing it. Then he got canceled, and there goes that,
Right?
Wow.
Like, player, like, yeah, it's just like, and then same thing with Linkin Park. What's his name? Passed away when we were doing a promo for Blink 182.
Oh man.
Stayed up all night. Then we came in the next day, and I was at lunch, and they were like, Chester committed, what he did. So I was like, oh my god.
But they cut the rope right there, or
no, they were like, oh well, the tour's over, Chester's not here.
Oh man. Oh, that's so frustrating after all that work you do, and then sorry guys, ain't happening.
Yeah, because what could you do at that point?
Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't think studios or production or big studios and big production companies have the respect for the people behind the scenes, especially when they just take a project and shelve it. Yet those people have been paid, but they have a right to see that work completed and finished and in a theater or on a TV screen.
on your demo reel, on your
right.
Yeah.
the resume. So, but
I mean,
as long as you're paid, they're fine, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if
that's
you remember,
important.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Zaiden, when Amy Goodhart first came on Popcorn Planet, and she mentioned that she was a costume designer for a big fantasy movie, and the studio just shelved it, and she said, I was paid, but that was the end of it. I wasn't allowed to talk about it. They NDA'd me and stuff like that. And I was sat there listening to it, and I was like, for them to just do that, it's crazy. And I think Amy said it was something like 5 years of work.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is the thing. I mean, if they had one sense of morals, I don't know if morals is the right word, but if they had a sense of what they're putting these people who work behind the scenes through, then whether it's good, bad, or downright ugly, they would still show it.
Right. I mean, it's a huge respect right there. Right? I mean, those people, all those people are important. And then to be treated not like you're not that important, like, I get it, right? I mean, actors are the face of what everybody does because you guys make it look that good. Make the character look that good. It's like there's so much that goes behind it, not just the acting, but the storytelling, everything that goes behind it. Is not many people catch on to all of that, like what goes into all of that work, or what you see on screen. Like if you think about it, like acting's important, but all that stuff that goes around it to make it even that much better is so much more. I think it's even more important in my opinion. But
and the thing is as well, Zaiden, what a lot of people probably don't realize. I mean, we would probably moan about, Batgirl's not coming out. But the thing is, the people behind the scenes, the production staff and everything, they're not even allowed to list it on their credits because they're NDA'd.
Wow, the non-disclosure crap.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
So
That's true.
So when you've got
So terrible.
it's
like you can't even put it on your resume. Like,
yeah,
that,
yeah, they're not allowed because of the NDA.
Like who? That's like, honestly, this is something I would probably have to fight, because you have some credentials, because this is what you did, all your hard work, and then you got to show for it too, because you could say something and then the next production company like, well, I don't know, I can't see it, but because of the non-disclosure agreement, then you can't really put it on paper.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because the project got shelved, they can't put it on their IMDb's, they can't put it on their resume. So when they go to another production, they go, oh, so what was the last thing you worked on? And they can't say that movie because they're NDA'd.
I can't even say the movie. My God.
That was my takeaway from the conversation that Amy had with Steph, Andy, and I think Lewis was on there as well with Kim. And I was just sat there in shock, because if it was me and it was my CV, I'm a director of 2 limited companies here in the UK. And if I was to take all of that out, I would be missing 10 years of work history. Imagine what it's like for production staff behind the scenes when a movie gets shelved.
Right.
And they could have been working on it for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, so there should be at least, maybe just give a limit. Okay, if this doesn't come out, get taken off the shelf within 12 months, 24 months, or whatever, then they should be able to put it on their resume and
like an escape clause, and get
I think Amy said the NDA she signed was for 5 years.
Is it specific with that production company, or for the movie, or what?
I don't know if it was specific to that production company or that movie company, but she's been NDA'd. She was NDA'd for 5 years, and I think Amy said that the 5 year was almost about up because she wants to talk about it on her show, which I'd be very interested to hear.
Yeah, I would be too. I really think that the NDAs in general are, in my opinion, are a joke. Really, because that's like, you're hurting your freedom of speech for one. It's like, okay, what do I talk about? My dog? That's all I got. I can dress my dog up.
But this is the thing, Zaiden. I mean, for example, if you were working on a movie and you were doing all the graphic design for that movie and you were doing a few elements here and there, and then they turn around to you and say, right, we're shelving this movie. It's not going to be out in the public. And let's say you were working on it for 3 years.
See, that's 3 years of your time.
Exactly. That's the point. Even though you've been paid for that work, that is still 3 years of time that you cannot put on your resume. So think about it. When you go to another job, and you're NDA'd, they're going to say to you, what have you been doing the last 3 years?
Exactly.
I was just going to say that.
Right. That's all on our mind.
Especially in a field where things change so rapidly. So your experience from 5 years ago,
thank you, Temp,
isn't going to be, anywhere near to show what you can do in the current time and the work that's needed. When technology, everything, styles, fashion changes that quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus a trade of welding or teaching or something. It's on your resume. It's okay if it's 5 years, 10 years ago.
Right.
It's going to be pretty much the same steady skills.
I mean,
you got another thing too in this, and there's a lot of bias, especially when it comes to hiring. I mean, there's this whole non-discrimination thing, act or whatever, but honestly, there's a lot of bias that goes into things like that, like the holes in your resume, for example. Like, I was actually trained in a company where if we see holes in a resume, that hurts the strength of that applicant significantly. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense, because they could be doing maybe some sort of liaison work or something on the side or whatever may be going on the side. So, I can't say that should be an automatic disqualifier. But it's true. It's out there. Like, people need work, and you have this non-disclosure crap going on, and then of course every other production company's like, well, what have you been doing for the past 5 years? Sitting there twiddling your thumbs? And of course they should understand, because they understand the non-disclosure agreement situation even more, because they are a production company.
Yeah, but they don't. I don't think they care enough.
That's what I'm leading to, is because of the fact they don't care as much.
I mean, it's a similar situation with myself. If I was to apply for a normal job, because I've been a company director with both of my companies, my CV goes straight in the bin. Even if I'm qualified to do that job, I applied for a job a couple of years ago, and I got called for an interview. They asked me about my 2 companies. I told them that it was self-employment. And at the end of the interview, they said, sorry, we're not taking you forward. You're too overqualified.
Overqualified.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been in that position too, with overqualified.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's-
know
yeah,
the
it's an
feeling too, honestly.
excuse.
Yeah.
It makes you feel. It makes you. It
Like you're
makes
between
you
a rock
question-
and a hard place. Like, okay,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do then?
But I can only. I can only imagine what it.
Right.
I can only imagine what it's like for people behind the scenes in doing the special effects, the graphics design, and everything for movies. Because if something gets shelved and they're NDA'd, and then they can't talk about it and can't put it on their resume, it's going to be the same thing. Like you said, Zaiden, what have you been doing? Twiddling your thumbs for the last 3-5 years.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know if you've had any experience of that, Brandon. Have you?
Yeah, I was in a contract when I was doing the music stuff. When I left there, they said I couldn't edit and do video productions for another company for 2 years after them. But I was like, I'm gone. What are you gonna know about? Like I left y'all for another job. Like I didn't have to tell them really. My coworkers, at the place, they all knew that was kind of BS. So they were like, yeah, everybody gets jobs afterwards about doing the same thing. And we just kind of like kept it hush hush between each other. And if we needed like references or something, we had each other's back. But it does kind of like handcuff your, tie your hands behind your back, and that sucks. It's just hard. Like at first you're like scared to even go out and try to find something else. It's like 2 years. Who are you to tell me 2 years?
Yeah.
Especially, you have a bunch of brilliant, genius ideas. You want to share, you want to get them out there. And those are your ideas, whether you shared part of them to whatever company you were working with before, or all of it. But it was your idea. Now they have that.
Oh, yeah. I was working recently with a video game company that they do, I don't want to say the company, but I'll tell you the game that they've been promoting is Madden NFL. And I was doing some stuff for them. And I did this like about a year ago, some things, and they're still releasing some of the edits I made like a year ago on their Twitter right now. And I'm like, dang, I haven't been there for over a year and they're still releasing my work. I'm like,
isn't that
weird.
frustrating, man? It's like you're being
I'm not
stabbed in the
paid for
back
it.
over and over. And like you said, you were not getting paid for it.
Well, I got paid for it at the time.
Oh, you did.
I was on, but
not for
they're
the continued work.
Not the continued stuff. And I'm like, they're still making content out of things I did a year ago.
So this is what's interesting. Okay, that leads me into like a copyright trademark situation. Because if your material is copyrighted or trademarked, and wouldn't that be legally binding to you for at least royalty?
You want the money at the time, and you sign the contract. And I guess I'm screwed.
Yeah, and all the money that it takes to copyright in the first place, so that intimidates people to go that route and be able to copyright patent all these ideas.
Right, and for Joe Schmoes like us, and we have all the money in the world to afford a lawyer to help us out with these. Come on, it's like
no, I don't got that money.
Exactly, that's my point. So it's like, we're kind of getting the rear end of this. It's like I'm frustrated for you, man. It's
happened plenty of times, but it's just like you see it, you're just kind of like, okay, well. I guess, I got told an analogy. It's like when a quarterback throws an interception, you just, okay, next play, next thing, just forget about it, you know. But it kind of sucks. You have to eat it, you know.
Yeah, right. So, and then of course that's a tough chew, man. It's like,
oh yeah,
yeah, I hear you, man. That was your baby, right? Like you put this together, and then you see that being used, and then like that was mine, and
yeah, I was like, I wasn't even there. Like, I mean, that was a year ago, you know. Like, oh dang, they're still using it. Okay.
I see you, Madonna, out there. Thank you for your comment. So that kind of segues real quick here. I know Temp's starting to get ready here in about 15 minutes. He's not live just yet, but a real quick mention. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And when we hit 100 subs, keep it going strong. We're gonna definitely aim for that 1,000 subscriber mile marker. Thank you, everybody. Please check out our links, our link tree for all of the. I believe we have a Telegram channel as well as our Cash App on there. And if you choose to go through PayPal, you can do that. It's monthly only, and of course you have to have a PayPal account in order to be able to use that. And there's Patreon. But I also have Temp's information in that link tree as well if you want to check him out. Any support's welcome. We want to grow this community, keep it strong, keep it going, have conversations like this because man, it's a passionate one. But don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. All right, helps this channel grow. It's an algorithm.
Yeah, share it with the friends.
I know it's so annoying when you hear every channel, hey, just hit that like and subscribe, but it's really a thing to help us grow. So bear with us. Appreciate whatever you guys do.
Share it on your social media accounts.
Yes.
So then your friends will see it, and then they'll come and check it out. Like
we can all be
right
now
now,
chatting together.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sharing to my Twitter right now.
Thank you guys. Man, what a passionate discussion. So, man, Brandon, I have a lot of respect for you and your work. PC, man, you have some good insight as well. I appreciate that. Julie, we're looking forward to your hair revival session.
Yes, I was expecting that. I couldn't see it today.
So we'll have to hear your announcement on this.
Why don't we do this? How could we do it because this is the problem. I can't do it with having these on, and then my brand new headphones are going to get hair color all over them, and I certainly can't cut my hair with the headphones on. So how do you propose we do this?
Well, you were doing just fine without the headset at one point, right?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. All right. Let's I know, Zaiden, why not either later tonight or maybe sometime tomorrow, we just do a video, a private video, and then you stream it on the channel.
I'll do it as a premiere, so this way it'll premiere kind of is like you think it's live, but it's just pre-recorded, so you can comment as you go. But I think that would be fun.
Yeah, we could do that, and then you could really see me at my best.
What do you think, guys? Should we do that? Julie's hair revival?
Yeah.
Give me a press one.
Go ahead.
Press one in the comments if you want to see that.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I want to see them ones.
They're going to say, Julie, go away. They're going to say, Julie, go away.
There's
Man.
my one.
I
There is
hope-
another one.
Oh, here we go, Julie. See, you got some fans out there.
AJ did it twice, so that doesn't count. She did it three times. AJ,
Do it.
seriously.
If the audio doesn't pick you up, can we get Lewis to dub for you? And
Oh, right.
That would be freaking hilarious.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, that would be freaking hilarious. Yeah.
Subtitles on.
All right, we'll arrange it. We'll definitely arrange it. It's going to be like an hour and a half long process, dude, just so you know.
It
takes
me
me like 15 minutes. It takes me about 15 minutes to put the color on, but then it's got to sit on there for like 15 minutes. Then I have to jump in the shower, which no one's going to see.
We'll cut
wash
that one
the
out for
color
you, Julie.
out.
No problem.
Then we cut that out. Well, maybe we could do the thing of me putting the color on and then like pause it until the time is up.
Sure.
And then I go in and rinse it out and then go back on for the premiere, Julie cutting her own hair.
I like it.
That's what I want to see. Yep.
Let's. We'll have Gina with us, and whoever you want on the panel to do that. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just Gina, AJ, Tammy, and Elizabeth. Oh, and Brandon. That's it.
Lisa.
Oh,
Well, I'll
wow,
let you
thank
choose the panel for that, and then
Well,
we'll make it happen.
well, you know what they say, Zaiden. Everything is content.
I like your style,
Yeah,
PC.
I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of likes out of that video. But hey,
You never
I'm
know.
up to make it a.
You
I'm up
never
to
know,
make it a fool
Julie.
Well, I'm
You
up to
never
making
know.
a fool out of myself. I don't care. Who's
Hey.
going to see it? My ex-husband?
See, this
Who
is what's
gives a
beautiful
flying
because
crap?
this channel is called the Gauche. It literally means awkward, socially awkward. So that's okay. Bring it on. We're all fun here, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start closing things out, but we'll go with last words, and then we'll eventually get over here to temps. Probably shut the stream off. Either when he goes live or we don't. I don't know. But anyways,
Any last plugs?
let's go ahead and plug in whatever you guys want to do. We'll start with Carrie.
Uh,
No pressure.
yeah. Let's see.
Any words of wisdom or plugs or whatever you want to do.
No, I'm just, it's just not a good time for me right now.
Okay.
Put it that way. But,
Love on that cat.
Yeah. Love the moxie. Love
Fur
the
balls.
moxie.
And that's
For-
part of
Yes.
this community too, being
Foxy
supportive to each other.
Fur babies. And I want to say it was nice to meet you, Brandon.
Oh, you too, Carrie.
Very nice. Love listening to all the information that you got stored up there, and I enjoyed it all. Gina, of course, you are a shining light.
Thank you.
Zaiden, I love your channel.
Thank you.
I really do. And David, I swear that I still want you to take your book and read it to me so I can just sit there with my coffee and listen.
Aww.
You know what I mean by that from the other night.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
What's the title of the book again?
It's The Return to Ishmia, The Legend Begins. It's
You can go and
I'll-
post that in the comments if you want, PC.
Yeah.
I'll share it with you. I'll do an interview with you, Zaiden, if you want me to do an interview about it. I don't mind.
Oh, that would
We
be
can set that up,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'll let everybody get their final words in before I do mine.
All right. Let's go with
And,
Brandon.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
I'm
Go
not
ahead, Carrie.
done.
Finish up. Sorry. Sorry.
and AJ, yep, I love hearing from you. I love that you're in the future.
Yeah, I'm in the future.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Great Scott.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool that we're all getting together, and it's a great community, and I think we all need to respect each other, take the time to listen and to understand, for sure.
Amen.
And Julie, what about me for your hair? I'm not invited.
Everybody, no. What are you talking about, Carrie? Everybody's gonna watch me make a freaking fool out of myself. Of course, you'll be there.
Well, I
stay
saved the
tuned.
best for last.
Yeah,
Julie,
yeah.
I do love you,
You're so
And-
sweet. I love you too, Carrie.
and I don't want I want us to go back to the way we were before. You know what I'm saying.
I don't,
And
but that's okay.
what?
I said I don't, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't matter. Because I think you're a great person, and
Thank you.
I
You
always
are
did.
too.
I always
You are
did,
too.
and ever since I met you, I was always saying, "Hi, Julie. Hi, Julie."
Yes.
Yeah, you're
I
definitely
know.
eccentric, and I love that about you.
Wow, that's a new term on me. I
Eccentric.
think I like it. Yeah, I think it
Poor
makes.
people
I
are
think
crazy,
it
Jack.
makes
I'm
sense.
eccentric.
Gems are
Well,
eccentric.
there you.
Speed
You
reference.
think
Well,
I
there
could
you
use
go.
that? You think I could use that? And when I go to court with my ex, I could just say, "Listen, I'm eccentric."
Well,
Absolutely. It covers.
I'm
take
not
the She-Hulk with
crazy.
you.
I'm
It
not crazy.
covers so much of who
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah,
I think it's
I am
awesome.
crazy. I am crazy, though.
but you're a
I
fun
own it.
crazy.
Oh no, not crazy. Eccentric.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take
That's
that. But
better than-
that's too.
that's
But
better
that's
than-
too many syllables for me to handle, Carrie.
Oh. How about
Crazy is short and right to the point. Or wait, this is even better. She's nuts. Right up.
All right,
Awesome.
Zayden, that's it. I took up enough of your time. So
Well, thank you,
I
Carrie.
just wanted to get to everyone, and thank you for letting me do that. And
Absolutely.
I love your show, and I am so proud that you made it to over 100 subscribers.
Yes, thank you for that. Yay! You know what, everybody, y'all get this wonderful sound bit.
I think it's amazing. You're only gonna keep going, and you got a good start with the
Playing
people that are around you right now.
Thank you for that, Carrie. Thank you. Felt that
And
one.
your wife is just amazing, and I love how you guys. I wrote in the chat last night, right at the end, I was like, Zayden plus Gina equals true love.
Aw,
That's true. That's the
thank
truth.
you.
Yeah,
It doesn't
is.
come along. It doesn't.
Oh, man, here come the
Seriously,
blushes.
I'm gonna pivot right off of what Carrie said. I was married for, you all know, I was married for 27 years, and I thought it was like, but we had problems from the get-go, and we didn't look at each other. That should have been a great indication in the beginning. We didn't look at each other the way when Zayden and Gina are on the actual same screen together, not a split screen. But when they're on a screen, there you go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god. Oh
See?
my god.
And even before, I'm going to bring this up. I'm serious. I'm being very, very serious. No, all kidding aside. Before Gina came into the picture, as far as YouTube goes, whenever he spoke about her, he literally got rosy cheeked.
Oh,
The
man.
smile was ear
I'm
to
gonna go
ear.
Yeah.
The eyes lit up. He emanated so much love that, and we didn't know who she was at the time. None of us
No.
knew Gina.
Yes.
And it was like, this man truly is in love with this woman. And then we met Gina, And just look at that face. Look at that face.
I know.
And when they're together, it's like you can see it, you can feel it, and that's a kind of love that is blessed and should be what's that word? I can't think right now. Celebrated for them. I am truly happy for this couple, and
I'm blushing so much it's actually hurting my muscles.
but it doesn't. It doesn't come along.
Blessed and favored.
Yes.
Thank you.
It doesn't come along often, and so it's so wonderful to see. And on that note, I'm going to make my last words.
I was going to say, go right ahead.
My normal last words is, everybody be kind to each other, because none of us know how long we're here for, and let's just be nice and kind and loving to everybody.
Agreed.
Whether you like them or not. Just do it.
Amen, Julie. Thank you for that. All right, Brandon, what's up, man? Give us. Do you have anything to plug?
No, nothing. I just just do my job, but like you said, NDAs, right? So I got to keep some things under wraps.
That's a respectful way.
No, but I feel like this is like an after-hours club or something like that for the whole community.
This is awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool to be around all you guys. So
and we appreciate you bringing your story to the table, man. It was awesome to hear about your stuff there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I love hearing from y'all too. And it's just fun to actually, converse finally, and after being just kind of quiet and lurking. So it's cool to meet all you guys, because I'm in the Discord too. So for Nerd Report, and I see y'all in there too. So all that stuff with, whenever a topic blows up and it goes crazy in there, and it's just entertaining. But I hope you feel better, Carrie, and I hope your hair goes well, Julie and Dave.
Aww.
You're back from Giant Depth's production company. And
right.
I love
Yeah.
That would be
I
great.
love y'all's couple that y'all have with Zaiden and it's Jenny, right?
Gina.
Close.
Gina. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Jenny Jen's watching.
Thank
She'd
you.
probably be like, yeah.
Yeah, she's in the chat probably.
Love you, Jenny Jen. I know you're out there. Go ahead, Brandon.
So yeah, that's all I have to say. And like I said, it feels like an after-hours club or something. So it's kind of cool just to kind of like have it stripped down and not so many people. But I do hope your channel grows, Aiden. So
thank you. I appreciate that, bud.
Thank you.
That's
I
it.
hope you come back, Brandon.
Yeah, man. You're welcome.
I'll be around.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Don't be a lurker, though. You got to come on with us.
Yes, for sure I will.
PC
Right
Tech,
on, dude.
you're up, man.
Okay, I've just got to say a few things. First thing is share, like, subscribe. Let's get Zaiden and Gina to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe,
Absolutely.
watch all their content so they can get the 4,000 watch hours they need to get monetized. And let's push it and push it and push it so that they can get there. And like I said, Zaiden, I'll come on and do an interview about my book. I don't mind that. We can arrange that through the chat on 10page. So
that's fine. Yeah, that'll work.
We'll arrange that. But yeah,
We'll
guys,
DM that
share this video, get it out there, get people subscribing, and let's get Zaiden and Gina to 1,000 subscribers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got anything you want to plug,
Amen.
PC?
The only thing would be my book. It's available at the store at lulupublishing.com.
You can put that link in the chat if you want.
Yeah, please do. Or in the comment section.
Yeah,
I'll try and post it when I finish talking. Because
multitasking, it's a real thing. I hear you.
Yeah. But basically, the book, I only earn 10% from it. 90% of it goes to charity. It goes to
that's cool.
All the Critical Role charities, so 826LA, and the Critical Role Foundation. There's a few more, including the Minds Advisory Group. And basically, like I said, I only earn 10% from it. So if people would buy it, it'd be amazing because it goes to support some wonderful charities. But thank you for letting me do that, Zaiden.
Not a problem, PC. Sorry, Brandon. See, my brain's all over the place, but thank you, PC, for dropping that. Yeah, so check out his book once his link's posted there, and how to get to it. Let's see, who do we have left? AJ, you're still hanging out. I see you there.
Yes. Yeah.
Go ahead and pull this out. What you got?
Oh, everybody has said everything. They've left nothing for me now. What should I say?
Oh, come on.
Oh, you got to
something.
have something.
You got something.
Well, first thing, I am listening to David's voice for the first time. So, Kerry, you're right. He's got a great voice.
So
You should
PC Tech is David, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Now I got the association.
Yeah.
And Brandon, thank you for sharing your story. Every story has experiences, and we learn through others' experiences. So that was really brave of you, and thank you. And what should I say about Curry? You're always on the chat, always pulling each other's legs. It happens. And you have the beautiful Julie waiting for your hair color. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people looking forward to it. And what should I say about Zaiden and Gina? I have no words. Sweetest couple, God bless you. And I'm so happy you got your 100 subscribers. I remember, Zaiden, the first test you did. Remember the first test live?
And you were there.
I was there because I know how difficult it is to get your channel up and running. So whatever little help I can, I will.
Thank you, AJ.
And the best thing is, I got to meet so many wonderful people who I would have never met in real life.
That way.
Yeah, okay. So I think I should stop. Have a great time, everyone. And here it's almost like midnight.
Oh, I'm sure you're ready to go to bed by now.
No, I should go to Tim. By the way,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm
Gotta
sorry.
jump on there for a second.
Yeah.
Wow, it's
yeah.
gonna be a late
So
night.
I should say bye, and thank you for having me here. Yeah.
Always welcome,
that's
AJ.
Yes.
Always welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, Gina, you're up to bat.
Loving the mix of people on here, and that it's growing. Everybody and their uniqueness. You guys are all wonderful. Whether it's on the Zoom or in the chat room, I'm just enjoying it. Of course, this is new to me, but I appreciate all the work that my hubby Zaiden has been putting into this, and thank you for all your support out there. Just keep it going. I feel the growth for all of us coming up, and just God bless to everyone out there. See you next time.
Amen. Thank you, wifey. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close shop. I'm gonna go ahead and switch screens here, and then we're gonna close it out, and then I'm gonna give you guys a link to Tim's channel.
Yes.
So if you like this show, guys, ladies, everybody, really appreciate everybody's support. If you like what you saw, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. It does help the channel grow. And man, we'd love to see more faces out there, so we really appreciate you. In the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and close things out, get it over to Tim. He's got his live stream about ready to go, and we look forward to seeing you guys the next time here on the Gauche. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see ya. Zaiden out.